China is on track to reach its clean energy targets this month, 6 years ahead of schedule.
Here's a summary of the article.
Recent energy reports detail the nation's commitment to implementing solar and wind power, so much so that it is expected to achieve its 2030 clean energy targets by the end of the month. Just last month, China installed a massive 18 megawatts offshore wind turbine, the world's largest by power rating, further contributing to its clean energy transition. In addition to wind power, China has fully embraced solar as an alternative source of clean energy. Not to be outdone, China announced plans for a behemoth 8 megawatt solar farm in the works as part of an $11 billion integrated energy project led by state-owned power company China Three Gorges Renewables Group. Those efforts are paying off, as recent energy reports show that China is literally years ahead of schedule in reaching its decade-end clean energy targets. The original timeline to achieve this green energy goal was 2030, so China is an impressive 6 years ahead of schedule and is showing no signs of slowing down. China installed 103.5 gigawatts of clean energy capacity in the first 5 months of 2024, while its thermal energy additions declined by 45% year-over-year.
This post received a score of 3,100, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Even if the numbers themselves are somewhat exaggerated, these projects clearly exist and have contributed towards China doing way more than the US to transition towards a more clean energy society. Honestly, it baffles my mind that Americans are unable to accept that other countries they consider enemies can be doing any sort of good in the world. CCP propaganda is real, but it seems like the US has its own issues in that department as well.
This isn't about clean energy but about the cost of energy. It is cheaper to change that now. Way more efficient and also easier to manage.
Yeah, I have no illusions about why China is investing so much in renewable energy, but anything that helps combat climate change is good in my eyes.
Always. I just made this point because a lot of conservatives think this clean energy thing is about woke shit. And it was, 10 years ago. Now is about efficiency in all aspects and money. The clean energy is just the bonus.
I can see the future. Trump says clean energy is good, shows how it can save this country and its taxpayers millions. Trump is labeled a genius and a hero to Americans. Conservatives love clean energy. Liberals blinks wide-eyed. We've been saying that shit for years.
I wouldn't even be mad at this timeline.
Same, if conservatives decided to go green and tackle climate change and renewable energy, it would heal a great divide.
Hate China and their policies. But man, people always call out big countries to ditch oil and reduce carbon footprint, and when they do, Reddit is like, fake news. They might be dicks as a nation does not mean they can't do renewable energy.
Whenever they do something good, people always call it fake news but at what cost?
Sure, China is building an unbelievable amount of green energy, but they're also subsidizing it for everyone else too. The horror.
Instead of discrediting everything that comes out of China without a second thought, or dismissing it by pointing out their coal consumption, I think we should take the example and copy them in those things they do that work, like they have done with us so many times. Renewables is one of those things.
No, do not untie solar from coal, because it oversimplifies the news. China has a case of two things being true at the same time. World leader in coal consumption. World leader in solar growth. Both of these facts need to coexist if their insane solar growth is to be copied.
Also world leader in population lol, their per capita CO2 emissions is 1/2 the amount of countries like the United States.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.